The Boston Bruins beat the Dallas Stars 3-1 at TD Garden on Tuesday night. I'm Conor Ryan at BostonSportsJournal.com, here to give you just a few takeaways from today's win. And this is a game for the Bruins. I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of highlight reels. Wasn't exactly a riveting game by any means, but I think if you're the Bruins and if you're Jim Montgomery, you have to be pleased with the way the Bruins went about and got this win, right? You saw early on in the year, a lot of the wins for the Bruins were a result of them outscoring teams and the offense really, clicking early on. And then you look at games against, let's say, Anaheim or the Wild, where they build leads, kind of give it away, but still have enough metal to win in overtime and in the shootout and collect those points. This is one where the Bruins take a 2-1 lead off of a goal from Taylor Hall in pretty much the final minute of play in the second period. And whether it's Linus Ullmark, who was great in net once again tonight, or the Bruins defense, which has continued to, I think, settle more into a groove. The Bruins did what they had to do in order to kind of clamp things down, keep Dallas in check, and prevent them from, following kind of that similar script of, treading waters, trying to stay afloat, give up a tying goal, and having to win this game in overtime or anything like that. The Bruins took care of business, gutted out a win that maybe wasn't pretty, but again, 2 points is still 2 points at the end of the night. Bruins are 6-1-0 on the season, 5-0-0 at TD Garden so far. So another step in the right direction for this team that is continuing to find ways to win, again, without Brad Marchand and Charlie McAvoy still in the lineup. Once again, Linus Ullmark, fantastic in net. He's 5-0-0 on the season, a .936 save percentage. So this is a guy that we talked about going into the season. He just felt a lot more comfortable, a lot more set in his spot in this Bruins lineup. And so far he's running with it, and give credit to Jim Montgomery for deciding to ride the hot hand and seeing what they have. And a guy like Ullmark, and he's keeping them afloat so far. We'll see how this progresses. I'm sure inevitably a guy like Ullmark or any NHL goaltender hits a bit of a wall. And by that point, you hope that a guy like Jeremy Swayman, who's been on the outside looking in for the last week, he gets an opportunity and makes the most of it with kind of that motivation and that drive that you get from kind of being on the outside looking in at regular starting minutes. So far, so good in terms of what Ullmark has brought this team. I think he's been the MVP of this team in the early going, which is probably not something that a lot of people predicted to start the year, but the Bruins will certainly take it. And then you look on defense, right? The Bruins are obviously still counting down the days until they have Charlie McAvoy back out there, but so far, so good in terms of just how the way this defense is buying into Jim Montgomery's system, how they're, I think, being a bit more, there's a lot more cohesion, I think, and how they're carrying out those systems a lot cleaner with the puck, whether it's Matt Grzelcyk being back, who I think has really helped their transition game. He's got 3 points in 3 games. Brendan Carlo comes back from his concussion tonight and was steady 18 minutes. Typical PK work, was really strong over those kind of frantic final minutes, protecting the net with Derek Forbert. So that's where, again, games like these that maybe aren't flashy, aren't exciting, these tend to be the games that a guy like Brendan Carlo really kind of showcases his value to this team. And he did that tonight, which is good to see. You then factor in, once again, I think Forbert has continued to build off of his strong season so far. You look at Connor Clifton, who finally has another right shot defenseman on the depth chart. And, he made his presence felt in this one, had that big reverse hit on Hintz that I think kind of gave the Bruins some life there in the early going of this game. So, again, is it a game that we're going to be talking about beyond tonight? Probably not. Again, not exactly a thrilling one out there. Dallas is a good team, even though they were, 3 games and 4-night situation played the other night against Ottawa. They came ready to play, and they're a structured, very good team, even without a guy like Heiskanen in the lineup. But again, Bruins did what they needed to do to get 2 points out there. And I think if you're Jim Montgomery and you're looking at the way this team is trying to build its game, especially with so many key cogs still out of the lineup, you will gladly take a win like this. So we'll continue to break this game down over at BostonSportsJournal.com. Thanks, guys.